Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, you're welcome to Sew with Mediva. And if you're a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, thank you for sticking to my channel. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to cut and sew these stylish wide leg palazzo pants with pleats design in front, as you can see on the waistline area. And I achieved this style using just 2.5 yards of African print fabric. This is what the back of the pant looks like. It has a zipper at the back and it has two pockets on the sides. If this is something you are interested in, make sure to keep watching and make sure you watch till the end so that you don't miss out on any detail. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. So I made use of 2.5 yards of this beautiful African print fabric, but if you want yours bigger than mine, you're going to need up to 3 yards. So I have my tape rule, my chalk, my ruler and my scissors. So let's go ahead to fold the fabric. So we're starting with the front part of this pant, and I have my fabric in a fold of 2, as you can see. So to get the wideness of fabric to fold, because this is a free pant, I went ahead to divide my round hip measurement by 4, which is 11 inches, and I added 6 extra inches to it. This is going to be for ease and for the crotch extension. So I have 17 inches on fold. I added only 6 inches because I'm working with Ankara fabric and I don't want my pants too wide. If you are working with a crepe fabric, all you need to do is to divide your round hip measurement by 2. So if I was working with a crepe fabric, I'll be having 22 inches on fold instead of these 17 inches that I have here. I hope you guys understand, but for Ankara, you don't want your pants too big, so that is why I just added 6 extra inches to my round hip measurements divided by 4, which gave me 17 inches. So the wideness of the fabric I have is 34. So the first thing to do is to mark a straight line at the upper part of my fabric, which is going to serve as the waistline. So this pant is going to have a band of 1.5 inches. So I'm going to place my tape rule 1.5 inches above that starting line to mark the full length of my pants, which is 44 inches, and then I'll extend the line this way. So after that, the next measurement you're going to need is from your waist to your crotch depth. So to get my crotch depth, I normally divide my round hip measurement by 4 and then I'll add 1.5 inches to it. So still placing my tape rule 1.5 inches above the starting line, I'm going to mark my crotch depth, which is 12.5 inches. But if you want that crotch area to drop, you don't want it really tight, you can just add 2 inches to your round hip measurement divided by 4. But for mine, I only added 1.5 inches. So I'm going to mark 12.5 inches and just extend the lines this way. So this is all the vertical measurements we are needing for this pant. After marking that, the next thing is to take the crotch extension. So to get your crotch extension, your front crotch extension, go ahead to divide your round hip measurement by 20. So for mine, I normally get about 2.9 inches, so I'll just approximate to 3 inches. So from the close angle of my fabric, I'm going to come in by 3 inches on the crotch line, and then I'll extend it all the way to the waistline this way. So mark out your own appropriate measurement and connect the points together. So I'll go ahead to curve this part out to create my crotch curve. So this is what we have. So the next thing is to mark the waist measurement on the waistline. So from the center front, I'm going to place my round waist measurements divided by 4, which is 8.5 inches. And to create my pleats design on the waistline, I'm going to add extra 3 inches to it. So as me, I had a wider fabric on fold, I could create a pleat of 6 inches. So depending on how much fabric you have, that is going to determine how much pleat you can create. So for mine, I can only create a pleat of 3 inches, making 11.5 inches, and then I'll add 1 inch for seam allowance, making 12.5 inches. So I'm going to mark 12.5 inches on the waistline. So depending on how wide your fabric is, that is going to determine how much pleats you can add to the waistline. So I'll go ahead to connect it in this way. So this is basically all for the front part of this pants. Let's go ahead now to cut it out. And then rip the sides opened all the way down. So after cutting out, this is what we have. So you should have something that looks like this. So I'm going to use this front panel now to cut out the back. So I'll go ahead to slant the front waistline all the way down by half of an inch and then just cut it out. This is going to help your pants sit very well on the waistline in front. So let's go ahead now to cut out the back panel. So to cut out the back panel, I'm going to head to place my front panel on another fabric that is in a fold of 2. So this is what we have. So towards the side of the pants, I did not leave any space there because I already added my seam allowance to the front panel, the side seam allowance. So the only part you'll be needing some allowance is towards this crotch extension area and then the upper part of your pant, so as to accommodate the butt very well. So I have 2 inches towards the upper part. A smaller size can do 1.5 inches. And then for the back crotch extension, whatever you used for your front crotch, go ahead to add 1 extra inch to it. So for mine, I used 3 inches for the front crotch extension, so I'm going to be using 4 inches for the back crotch. So from where the front crotch stopped, I'm going to extend it by 4 inches and then just draw a straight line this way. So you need to make sure that your back and your front crotch are on the same line. So I'll locate where the hip line is. I'll place my tape 1.5 inches above the starting line and just mark my hip line, which is 10.5 inches. So on that hip line, I'll come out by 2.5 inches for the butt allowance. A smaller size can do 2 inches or 1.5 inches. So I'll go ahead to curve it out this way, making sure the front and the back crotch are on the same line, and then I'll extend it all the way to the waistline this way. So after doing that, I'm going to come over to the thigh area and tweak 2 inches all the way down. So this is going to serve as the seam to join the pant on the inside. So go ahead to mark 2 inches all the way down this way. So after marking, I'll go ahead to slant the waistline all the way to the side of my pant. So this is what you should have. The last thing to do before we cut out is to mark the zipper allowance. So I'll be making use of 1.5 inches for my zipper allowance. So on the center back, I'm going to take 1.5 inches all the way down, and I'll make sure the length of my zipper is around 9 inches. So this is basically all. Let's go ahead to cut it out. So let's go ahead now to cut out the back panel. So I'll start with the zipper allowance and then I'll take the crotch curve. So I'll take the sides and then rip it opened. I'll shape the sides and rip it opened. So after cutting out, this is what we have. So we've successfully cut out the patterns for the front and the back parts. Let's go ahead now to start joining the fabrics together. So we're going to start by closing up the crotch area. So for the back panel, I'm going to close it up all the way to the zipper allowance point this way. I'll go ahead to stitch it down using 1/2 inch. And for the front, I'll place them right sides facing each other as well and go ahead to close up the crotch area all the way up. So when I'm done with that, I will show you guys. So this is me closing up the front crotch area. So just stitch it by 1/2 inch all the way down. And then after that, this is the back crotch. I'm going to stop at that point where I marked and leave the upper part opened. So after closing the crotch area for the front, this is what it looks like. And for the back, I have also done the same thing as well. I just left the zipper area opened. So the next thing I want to do is to work on the pockets for this part. Before we move to the pockets, let's go ahead and work on the pleat design in front. So from this center front, I'm going to mark my bust span measurements divided by 2. So your bust span is your nipple to nipple measurements divided by 2. So mine is 4 inches. So from the center front, I marked 4 inches towards this side and 4 inches towards the other side. So since my pleat is going to be 3 inches, I'm going to take 3 inches. So from that 4 inches mark, I'll take 3 inches, which is the allocated allowance for the pleat. So after that, I'll take the midpoint between the two marked points, which is 1.5 inches. So to create the pleat, you're going to be needing your pin. So I'll pinch this first 4-inch mark and then cross it over to meet the midpoint this way, and then I'll pick the 3 inches mark and cross it over to make sure that the 2 points now meet on that midpoint to create this is a kiss pleat. Let me show you guys how I did it again. So you take from this first point, which is your dart point, and then pinch it over to meet the midpoint, and then from the other side you pinch it again to cross on it this way, and then use your pins to hold it down. So after using the pin to hold it down, this is what it looks like. You can see how beautiful the pleats came out. can see how beautiful it looks. All you just need to do is to iron it out after stitching. So I'm going to be repeating the same process on the other side of my pants. So I'm going to just repeat the same process I did on the other side. I'll come in by 3 inches and then I'll take the midpoint of the line. So after taking the midpoint, go ahead to pinch one edge to the center point this way and the other one on it this way. And then use your pins to secure it. So after doing all of that, you're going to confirm if what you have on the waistline is your round waist measurements divided by 2 plus 2 extra inches for your seam allowance. So for mine I have 19 inches, which is exactly what I need for my pants. So I'm going to take this to my sewing machine now and stitch down the pleats. So like I said, I'll take this to my sewing machine and stitch it down to hold my pleats firm. So after I'm done with that, I'll also iron the pleats out so that it sits very well in front. I'll go ahead to iron it out so that it sits very well. So when I'm done with that, I'll repeat this same process on the back panel. So for the back, I'll fold in the zipper allowance first this way, and then I'll take the 4 inches just like I did with the front, which is the bust pan measurements divided by 2. I'll come out by 3 inches and get the midpoint, and then I'll repeat the same process to create my pleats, and then I'll stitch it down. So after stitching down, I'll also iron it and repeat the same thing on the other side. So when I'm done, I'll show you guys what it looks like. So after I stitched down the pleats, this is what it looks like. On the wrong side, you can see how neat it looks. I also ironed it out. So I ironed it and just stopped at the crotch area. I want the remaining parts to be free. So I ironed the pleats only to the crotch area. And for the back panel, I have done the same thing as well, and you can see how neat and beautiful it looks. The next thing now is to work on the pocket. So I'm going to fold my front panel into 2 this way, and on the sides I'm going to get my tape rule and come in by 4 inches, and then on this other side I'll take 7 inches, and then I'll connect the 2 points together, forming a slight curve. So after connecting, I'll go ahead to cut it out. So when you open up, you should have something that looks like this. I'm going to cut out the fabrics now that I'll be using to create the pockets. So I've gone ahead to cut out the fabric for my pocket, and I have 4 pieces of it. So the dimension of this fabric is 10 inches wide and 12 inches long. So this is going to determine how wide and how deep your pocket is going to be. So I'll set 2 pieces aside while we'll work with 2. So I've placed them right sides facing each other, and I'm going to fold up my pants again this way and place it on it. So I'll make sure all the sides are aligned this way and proceed to trace out the pocket shape. After tracing, I'll go ahead to cut it out following the same shape. So after cutting, you'll have something that looks like this. So I'm going to place the pockets on it this way, right sides facing each other, and go ahead to join it together using 1/2 inch. I'll repeat the same process on the other side, and I'll show you guys the next thing to do. So after stitching down the pocket to the fabric, this is what we have. So I'm going to notch it. I'm going to notch the seam area so that it relaxes well on the wrong side. So after notching, I'll go ahead to flip it over down to the wrong side this way, and then iron it out so that it lays down flat. So switch it over to the wrong side this way and iron it out so that it lays down flat. So after ironing, I'll get the remaining 2 pieces that I set aside, and then I'll place it right sides facing each other this way. So I'll go ahead to close up this upper part, and then I'll lift the pocket up and just close up the sides. I'll close up the sides of the pocket, I'll close up the base of the pocket and also secure the side to my pants. I'll repeat the same process on this side. Close up the upper part, close up the sides, and close up all the way to this side. So after stitching the pockets, this is what it looks like on the wrong side. You can see I've gone ahead to close it up, and this is what it looks like on the right side. You can see how beautiful it looks. The next thing to do is to shape the waistline of the pant. So I'm going to replace that 4 inches I took out, and then just go ahead to shape it into the hip line this way. I'll do the same thing for the other side, and then I'll cut out the excess. So by doing this, you're returning the waistline back to the way it was before you took out your pocket allowance. So this is what we have after doing that. So the next thing we want to do is to join the front and the back panels together. So I'm going to get my back panel now, and I'll place it on the front. I'll place it right sides facing each other this way. I'll merge the sides, and then I'll take it to my sewing machine and go ahead to close it up all the way down using 1 inch seam allowance all the way down. So I'll repeat the same process on the other side. So after closing the sides, I'll come over to the crotch area. I'll merge the crotch areas together and then use 1/2 inch to join it all the way down on this side and also join it on the other side. So when I'm done doing all of that, I'll show you guys what it looks like. So this is me closing up the side of the pant all the way down. So I'm done with one side, just closing up the other side using the 1 inch seam allowance. So after that, I'll measure the crotch areas this way and then go ahead to stitch it all the way down using 1/2 inch. So guys, after I closed up the sides and the crotch, this is what it looks like. I also went ahead to finish up the base by folding in twice and stitching all around. So this is what the crotch area looks like now, and this is the other side and the base. The next thing we want to work on is the band. So to get the length of fabric to cut out for the band, you're going to measure from one edge of your trouser, measure the waistline all the way around it. So for mine, I got 37 inches. So my waistband is going to be 37 inches long, and I've already cut it out, so it's in a fold of 2 as you can see. So before folding, the wideness of the fabric I have is 4 inches. I took in 1/2 inch on both sides and then I folded in to make 1.5 inches as you can see, which is what I want for my waistband. I also ironed my gum stay to the wrong side of the fabric. So I'll place my waistband on the wrong side of my pants this way and go ahead to open up one of these folded angles and stitch it all the way down. So when I'm done with that, I'll show you guys. So after I stitch the band on the wrong side of my pants, I'm going to fold it towards the right side this way. So on the right side, your band is going to look like this. So I'll fix in that seam inside this way and then use that unfolded edge to cover it up and then go ahead to stitch it down. So fix the seam inside and then go ahead to stitch down the band on the right side. So go ahead to close up the band this way, just as you can see me doing in the video. So after stitching, this is what we have. So after fixing the band, this is what it looks like, and you can see how beautiful the pant looks already. Last and final thing we want to do is to insert the zipper, and I'll show you guys how to do that now. So this is the zipper I'll be working with. I'll go ahead now to open it up. So the one meant for this side, I'm going to take it and place the right side of my zipper facing the right side of my pants this way, and then go ahead to stitch it into the zipper allowance. So make sure to mark out your zipper allowance so that you would not take in too much of the waistline. So I'll mark the zipper allowance on this side, place the zipper right side facing the fabric, and then go ahead to stitch it in. So when I'm done, I will show you guys. So after inserting the zipper, this is what it looks like. You can see how beautiful and neat it looks, and this is what the front looks like. So this is where I'll be ending this video for today. I hope you found it useful and I hope you learned something new. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, share this video to your loved ones, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.